Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of SAADELIVE, where today we are going over a few things, which first of all, the ACOLYTE is cancelled. It's done, it's no more. And thank the Lord to that, I say. That is a blessing, because let's be honest, I think having another season of that show would have just kind of been it for Star Wars. I'm being honest with you. Like, there's no way that they'd be that stupid to spend another $180 million on season 2 of that show. Who knows, the budget could be even more than that. For a show that no one even likes, other than people who, shill for Disney and in modern day Lucasfilm. Those are the only people, upset about it, because they have to show that they liked the show, because of course they do, because then they get to go to premieres and they get their, special meetings with Lucasfilm, which who knows what's happening there. It's super sketchy and all that, fun crap that they get, for never ever critiquing anything publicly, because they're too scared to, and I know exactly who they are too, and I'd love to name them, but I won't, out of respect. But yeah, we won. That was a fight that we put on, and we really had to slam them, and we did, and we won. At the end of the day, we won that fight, and the show is done. So, congrats to us, guys. We pulled that off. That's really cool, and their numbers were awful too. Like, no one watched it. Bridgerton was above the ACOLYTE. Like, that is how bad that show was, viewership wise. And it's the worst performing Disney Plus series to date. It just was really not good. So it's over now, which is, like, again, thank the Lord for that, dude. That's, like, amazing. Now, look, I swear, if it weren't for Theory, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kennel, Jay and Gina Carano, me, and I'm sure I'm missing a nerdrotic critical drinker, we wouldn't be here. If I swear, if it weren't for us, and I know me being way lower on that totem pole, because I don't have the following they do, but I'm helping at least, but yeah, we'd be in a totally different place. So, thanks to them too for helping make this a reality, because again, we wouldn't be here. I really feel like if we weren't critiquing the show as much as we were, and we weren't spreading awareness about the BS as much as we were, I feel like we'd have a second season, but we really were loud and shook them out of it, which is good, and we stopped supporting the show, and we got people to stop watching it, and now it's, we're clear of that. So that's the first thing. And I've read some, all over, like, what people think about that. It's the same. People you think would be disappointed and quote unquote sad, are. The people who are happy about it and excited about it, like me and others, are excited and happy about that. And another thing I wanted to say is a huge thank you to Disney for actually, again, canceling that second season, because that just shows that they are trying to put this company back together. And I know that from D23 alone, I could see it. I could see that they're trying to change the way they do things. They're trying to kind of shift back to making good projects, which is amazing, and I'm so glad they're doing that. And this is also something that just really was unexpected. I didn't think they would. From the way it was set up and how Leslie Hedlund was talking, I for sure thought a season 2 was coming, but they made the right decision, and they called it quits because no one liked the show. As you know, that's an understatement. I hated the show. I wouldn't even say not liking it. That's not I hated it. I really did. I hated every minute. Just disgusting. Like, who cares about a duel? And Kymir's lame. He's not cool like Kylo is. Kylo's actually a good character where Kymir's not. Like, if you're trying to compare the two, no way. Like, not even close. It's weird because I hate the sequels, but I love Kylo. It's like this weird thing, but yeah, I don't know. I don't mind Kylo at all. He's never been my issue with those movies. It's always been everything else outside of him in the First Order. That's been my issue. So yeah. Anyways, my point being is there was nothing enjoyable coming out of that show. There was nothing coming out of that show that, like, people are gonna remember. It's just like a bunch of these random just nobodies, right, that no one cares about. And when you have a show with a bunch of nobodies that no one cares about, it's not going to perform well. And I think that's pretty obvious. And you look at a show like Mando, where Din and Grogu are both extremely iconic characters, and they became extremely iconic characters that people care about, hence why the show did so well. And the main characters really do have a big influence on, the show, especially for Star Wars. If there's a big, lead, like, Mando or whatever, you're gonna make more money, and it's gonna draw more people in because they want to see that character in action. Like Obi-Wan, the first episode I did really, really well. But then, of course, once it started getting more into the Reva stuff, and as we saw that first episode and saw how he got completely screwed in writing the first episode, then people stepped away slowly as the series went on. But yeah, that was a mess. That show was awful, as I've said before. But it just shows the power of, I guess, character and what that can do for your project and your story, is when you really spend time to make or progress an existing character. Make a new character or progress an existing character, and you do it really well. Your whatever you made, show, movie, book, who knows, a video game, will do 20 times better than if you have a lame character and cool whatever else, planets, props, etc. Because the characters are what make the viewer relate to the story. And it's not really, you can have, it's like if you have Star Wars and you don't have Darth Vader, it's like a void. It's like an empty void. You have to have Darth Vader for Star Wars to be a thing. It's like if you had Star Wars with no Luke Skywalker, that can't be a thing. Star Wars with no Chewbacca, that can't be a thing. You're just missing something, And that's what it should do. It should feel like if you take a character out, you're missing something. That really shows you how well you've implemented that character into the story, even if they're not crucial to the plot. Like Chewie's just in episode 4, he's just kind of a tag along with Han, but he became iconic and had his moments, so it worked, and now he's probably one of the most iconic characters in Star Wars. It's that simple. It's not hard to do. You just have to make them interesting, and you have to spend time, and it's something I'm learning to do, and I'm doing pretty good at it compared to others that I've seen, making those weird indie films that I've, talked about before. They're just stupid. But when you actually make a character, it makes your film more memorable. So, with the ACOLYTE, they're all just horribly written and no one cares, you know, they're just like nothing. So now that makes more sense to me why there's so many spin-off books incoming, because when I was at that panel, I'm like, no way they're doubling down on the Acolyte. I was like, this is insane. We have like 3 spin-off novels, and now we get this, you know, second season. I was like, this is a disaster. And then now when I heard that the second season is cut, then those spin-offs made sense. I was like, okay, because now they want to please those fans in a little way, you know, by writing stupid novels. So now that kind of, it's cleared it up for me, you know, a little bit on why that happened. Still ridiculous. They shouldn't cater to those people at all. They should shut down the High Republic. I think that's a good idea, and fire Justina Ireland and everyone who contributed to that disaster, Kevin Scott, etc. Because it's a disaster. That whole era is just disgusting, and it's embarrassing to even call it Star Wars. It's not. And even Justina Ireland at that panel pretty much said that it's the DEI era of Star Wars. She pretty much said that. She was like, we made sure to include every kind of person in this, you know, part of Star Wars, so that you could have someone that looks like and relates to you. And she said that was our main goal for this era. And I was like, wow, so that just proves the point that I've been saying forever, that it's, again, there's zero plot there. It's just like a bunch of, it's like, it's like Walmart Star Wars, you know, everyone's like the Walmart version of whatever. It's like that, you know, it's not, it's like the Walmart version of the prequels, you know, it's just awful. And again, characters no one cares about. I've never heard anyone like love a High Republic character, because they're just not lovable, because they don't put time into them, because then they have to switch to the next race or gender, whatever, you know, so it's just like stupid. Yeah, so that's that. Secondly, I saw a very disappointing article about Mark Hamill the other day. It was yesterday. To pull it up now so I can read it to you, but it's, so basically Mark Hamill's going completely insane. We don't know why, we don't know what's exactly the deal is, but he's just losing it. And he's saying things that are not good at all, man. Like, just really not good. And attacking his fans based on their political values, and charging obscene prices for autographs at Fan Expo, I think Chicago. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just read some of the crap he said. But yeah, basically he's like obsessed with, you know, he has some connection or something weird is going on between him and the Biden administration. And now, ever since I'd say probably 2021, he's been just rampant with all of his social media posts and making everything as political as it possibly can be, when, you know, he's a Star Wars actor in Star Wars, you know, and he's going around to fan conventions and spewing politics. Like, that's just not okay at all, you know, and especially to be alienating, you know, part of your fandom by saying, if you're, what did he say? Let me find the exact clip. Oh yeah, he said, if you're MAGA, go force yourself. Which, you know what go force yourself means. So he's basically telling any of his fans, and he says this at the end of his panel too. So this is like his send-off. Is like, if you have these political values, go F yourself. That's what he's saying to his fans. I mean, it's just outrageous how you can say these things and just get away with it. It is like absolutely wild. Like, genuinely. There's zero, like, just reservation or just sense of normal social cues and skills with this guy anymore. Like, he literally just, he doesn't know when to not implement politics into things. And I hate people that do that. It's really annoying. It, like, genuinely is so annoying when people get super political all the time. It really bothers me. But this is just, like, this is ridiculous. Like, you honestly are gonna scream that at a fan convention as you walk out. So that was one of the things that I was like, dude, what are you doing? And then I saw the prices for his autographs that he chooses, by the way. $400 for an 8x10 photo. One 8x10 photo, by all means. One is $400 to have his mark on it. Like, what do you think you are to be charging $400 for an 8x10 photo? Like, what? And then you go to bulky, the bulky photo, it's $700. $700 probably to get a helmet signed. Do you know how expensive that is? Do you know how many hours that is if you have a minimum wage job? Or any job for that matter? That is a lot of hours just to get this guy to sign your helmet. $700. I just don't understand. And it's like him picking the prices too. He's like he's completely losing his mind. Like, this is just not normal human behavior. And what also makes me think he's losing his mind, because he never used to act this way. Before all this crap, this obsession with politics and all that started, a few years ago, he was just genuinely the nicest guy, like, honestly, on the face of the earth. I'd seen so many, interviews, and you heard him talking at panels and, like, kind of shouldering and nudging the sequels occasionally, and it was just like, he loved all the fans, and it's like, I know that that's him inside, because he really, for a long time, he was kind of the living embodiment of Luke, just by himself. He just was Luke, but now he's not. He's like, Luke loves everyone, and he tries really hard, not to hate people and not to do this, but Mark Hamill, he has lost his mind, and now he's not Luke anymore. He's like, he's picked a side, and he's attacking everyone who's not on his side, and it's like, dude, just don't do that at a fan convention. Like, that's not, you can post what you want on social media. I'm all for that, that you should be able to like whoever you like or vote for whoever you vote for, and that's fine, because you have the right to your opinion at the end of the day. That's okay. But you have to be kind and you have to be respectful about it. You can't tell your fans to go force themselves at a fan convention. That's insane. Like, that's just outrageous. And then we have another one that's even worse, in my opinion. This is just outrageous. So, who is it? It says, on Twitter. Yeah, his Twitter is crazy. His Instagram, people have, given him enough crap, so he stopped posting as much. But on Twitter, he just goes ham all the time on everybody. Like, it's crazy. So this guy goes, so it's like Ivanka Trump, of course, of course who he's attacking. But she literally just posted this innocent picture with her family, like, chilling, playing board games, building Legos. Her son's in a First Order Stormtrooper costume, and she just titles it, "The Force is Strong in My Family," right? Like, oh, nice, wholesome, whatever. He seriously goes, "You misspelled fraud, #go force yourself." Who says that? Imagine being a little kid wearing a Stormtrooper costume and having Luke Skywalker telling you to go F yourself because of your parents' political values. Like, that is insane. I don't care, again, I don't care who you vote for, you have to pretty much agree that that is just wild. Like, really? There's nothing wrong, there's nothing political about this picture. Like, what? It's just like them chilling. Like, there's literally nothing about that sends any kind of message. But again, he attacks. Like, he's crazy. I'm telling you, I don't know what happened with him, but he has gone completely nutso. And honestly, it was already weird when he had that really just, he posted something with like only him and only Biden in the Oval Office as an advertisement for, I guess, I think May the 4th be with you thing that the Biden administration did. Like, just as a fun little video or something, but I'm like, why is he there? Like, I know he wasn't there just for that. And I know he's been obsessed with this guy forever. So I feel like there's something weird going on. Like, I don't want to, start conspiracies, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some weird connection there, because this just doesn't make sense. The way he talks and acts, and wouldn't be surprised if they paid him off to go, spread the truth in the messages in the entertainment industry. I would not be surprised if something like that happened, to be honest, because this is just insane. Like, wow. It's just not normal, and he never had done this stuff before. So I don't know what's going on. This is just crazy. So yeah, he's just ruining his own popularity. He's not going to be able to get as many autographs anymore. Like, to me, I have to now, in my mind, separate Luke from Mark Hamill, because they're just not the same person, man. Luke is so much better of a person, kinder of a person. And he just is not. He's a maniac now. So, again, no idea where this is coming from, why he's doing this. But my only assumption would be he has some connection to, the Biden administration. Because, again, he had never done this before Biden. He'd never talked like this. So, it's just weird. I'm just telling you, it's weird. It's not normal to have that happen all of a sudden. But, and that weird random video with only him and Joe. It's like the same thing as when all the shills got to have a meeting with Dave Filoni and Leslie Headland. That was weird. It's the same kind of weird, like something's going on. But yeah, I know Gina Carano, she's called him out for that publicly because it's ridiculous. The way he's just disrespecting people, not even for, like, just in general, just being an ass, So I don't know. Yeah, it's just, especially as that kind of celebrity, to have that huge following and act that way is just so immature and just so insane. Like, honestly. And this is crap that Trump does. He makes fun of people this way too. So it's like he literally kind of is being Trump in a way. It's just kind of funny, because he hates him so much, but he's acting like him. So, this is just, outrageous. Completely stupid. Yeah, like, let people like who they like. Like, this is not cool. Especially at a convention, like, that's just, conventions are supposed to be fun and chill and whatever. Like, this is not okay. So yeah, I definitely wanted to cover that, and thank you Geeks and Gamers for the article, kind of compiling all of it so I didn't have to go find all the individual pieces, because that would suck. again, it's just us, man, I swear. We're the only ones. And then we have, like, minions, I guess, who don't speak out on anything, which is unfortunate, because you guys should. Oh, look, another Mark Hamill thing. Gives a warning at DNC. Don't go to the orange side. Yeah, he has got to be part of some bandwagon, man. This is crazy. Just not normal, I'm telling you. It's just so weird and not him. Or maybe it is him. Maybe this is he's been hiding it, but I don't think so. I think that Mark was just genuinely a good dude for a long time. And then, you know, as he got older, he just lost his mind. That happens. You know, I have a couple family members who've, you know, grandparents who are losing it right now because of their age. It happens to people. That's just your mind destabilizes. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of what happened with him. Yeah. What else do we got going on? Oh yeah, Tamora Morrison said he won't be in Mando and Boba. Pretty weird. That's another thing. Why is Boba not in anything? Like, I don't get that. What, just because Book of Boba Fett was bad doesn't mean I never want to see Boba again. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it's just, I don't think they're ever, it seems like, you know, that they're just not gonna bring him back. Like, it's really weird. It's just been dumped. I don't understand. Everything is Acolyte, not moving forward. Oh, right, this. So, this is something Alden Ehrenreich said, who was the actor who played Han in Solo, Star Wars story. And he was asked at D23 after the Marvel panel if he'd like to play Han again. And he said, I got to really be like the Han Solo we know and love in the last bit of the movie. And if it was the right thing, it'd be fun to play him again and be that guy in a way. Yes, please come back, brother. Like, honestly, I loved Solo, and I loved his portrayal of Han. I thought it was really well done, and he looked like Han, he acted like Han. And it really did feel like Han, but younger, you know, and it was like a really good interpretation of that. And I felt like it was really natural, and you know, he didn't have his, you know, smoky Harrison Ford voice yet. And he was still super like, I want to go explore the galaxy. But then with more experience and more things that go on in his life, he's going to get more like Harrison Ford on. And I'd love to see more of that transition. Because they easily could do a Solo trilogy and just make 2 more. That's what I want. If I could just spawn a movie, that would be one that I'd spawn a Solo to. Definitely. But, you know, I think they're too scared to do that because of the box office bomb that the first film had, only because of The Last Jedi kind of reflected onto Solo, which made it bomb. But knowing Disney, and especially that they're doing budget cuts right now because of the amount of money they are losing from the content they're putting out, because it's all been horrible. So that's why now they're freaking out and they're getting us stuff we want, because they're losing a lot of money. And I think the Acolyte did a huge dent too. I think that was a massive contributor to them doing that. To have a Star Wars show be, you know, at number 10 and drop off the Nelson charts, you know, in less than a week, that is absolutely unacceptable and not okay. So, you know, it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't know how these, like, how do you not realize this halfway through doing the things they do? Like, at what point in the ACOLYTE did they even have a back thought of, oh, this probably isn't gonna work? Like, how do you just release that? You know, I don't understand. There's like zero control. Like, it's like a bunch of rabid animals running all over the place. That's what's happening over at Lucasfilm. You know, you have like 17 different kinds of creators and different visions all bashing against each other, and that doesn't work. It just doesn't. Like, I'm sorry, it's inconsistent, not only in tone, not only in style, but in story. You know, like, they don't look into the lore, and then everything gets mixed up and confused, and then the other show will, you know, mix up and dilute the next, and then the next, and it just changes, and it goes back. It's like a whole giant disaster, which is why they really need to pull their crap together, because this is just, it's insane, you know. And I'm so glad that they're trying now. I finally see them trying. And how many years has it been since I, you know, thought I see them trying? Years. It's been so long, man. So long. Like, you have no idea. It's been such a long time, dude. Since I saw them even give an effing effort to anything other than themselves and what they want to see, you know, and how they spontaneously hire people to direct Star Wars, the biggest franchise in the world. Well, what used to be, you know, and you're just picking random, you know, it's, I guess, the biggest franchise in the world in the heart. Maybe not, unfortunately, not statistically anymore, but, you know, two, I guess, normal people, and to, you know, Star Wars fans and everything, they'd say Star Wars is like, has the most fans, most dedicated fandom. So I guess it kind of is, in a way. Maybe not viewership wise, but pop culture wise, absolutely, I'd say, because people don't watch the new stuff, but the old stuff is still very prominent, and it's insanely prominent, in fact, for being as old as it is. It's so prominent. Like, just, there is nothing that old that's still this prominent. Like, it just, there isn't, you know. Yeah, it's just that good, man. George just beyond blew it out of the ballpark. Like, blasted it to Heredia, dude. That's how crazy. That is how crazy Star Wars was back in '77. Yeah. So now what? Do I have anything else I want to talk about? I think that was it. Yeah. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, share. Hallelujah. We do not have to sit through that show anymore. And I hope Mark Hamill finds peace at some point. You know, I hope he can chill out and maybe realize he shouldn't be saying this stuff to his friends. So anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, share. I will see you in the next video. May the Force be